One notification, and suddenly everything I believed about my husband became a lie. I trusted my husband with my whole heart. For 10 years, I believed we had the perfect marriage. But one single notification, one tiny pop-up on his phone, destroyed the life I thought I had. My name is Ariana Hayes, and this is the story of how love can blind you and how the truth can break you. Daniel and I were married for a decade. We laughed, traveled, fought, made up, and built a life together. Everyone admired our relationship, and I believed them. Until small things started changing, a new password on his phone, sudden late-night meetings, a smile that didn't feel like it belonged to me anymore. I tried ignoring the signs because when you love someone deeply, you'd rather lie to yourself than accept the truth staring at you. He started coming home late, sometimes past midnight. His shirt smelled like a perfume I didn't own. When I asked about it, he just said, "Stress." But stress doesn't leave lipstick stains on collars. Stress doesn't hide smiles at messages. Stress doesn't make a man suddenly distant from his wife. One night, he mumbled a woman's name in his sleep. My heart froze, but still, I convinced myself I misheard. The next evening changed everything. He went to shower and left his phone on the dresser. It lit up with a message, 4 words I can never forget. "I miss you, baby." My hands started shaking, my throat dried. My heart dropped somewhere deep inside my chest. I didn't touch the phone, but I knew. He came out of the shower smiling, kissed my forehead, acted like nothing was wrong, and I felt a sickness I can't describe. I stayed awake that night, watching him sleep peacefully, while my world was falling apart centimeter by centimeter. At 2 a.m., I made a choice. I picked up his phone, typed our anniversary date. It unlocked. The messages were endless, hundreds, filled with love, jokes, plans, emojis. Everything he once shared with me, now given to someone else. They had their own restaurants, their own inside jokes, their own secret routines. He even took her to the places he took me on our anniversaries. He wrote, "She'll never know." He wrote, "I feel alive with you." He wrote, "Ariana is just comfortable." Comfortable? Was that all I was to him? A safe home? A routine he got tired of? I dropped the phone, sat on the floor, and cried like something inside me had died. When morning came, I confronted him, calmly, quietly, with a voice that didn't feel like mine anymore. "Who is she?" I asked. He froze. Then he lied, again and again. I showed him the messages. His face turned pale. He opened his mouth, but not a single real truth came out. He begged, cried, swore it meant nothing, said he was lonely, said he was stressed, said anything he could think of. But his tears didn't move me, because they were not tears of guilt. They were tears of a man afraid of losing his comfort. I packed my bag, not everything, just enough to leave with my dignity. He followed me around the house, grabbing my arm, saying, "Don't go. We can fix this. I love you." But love doesn't betray. Love doesn't lie. Love doesn't force you to stay broken. When I reached the door, he whispered, "Ariana, please, don't leave me." I turned around and looked at him one last time. "I'm not leaving you," I said. "You already left me, the moment you chose her." And I walked out. The first night away was torture. I cried until I couldn't breathe. I felt empty, lost, alone. But the second night, something changed. I felt a tiny spark inside me, a spark of strength. I realized the pain wasn't killing me. It was freeing me from lies, from betrayal, from a man who never valued my heart. Healing wasn't easy. Some mornings I woke up shaking. Some nights I cried myself to sleep. But every day, I got stronger. I rebuilt my routines, made new habits, talked to people who loved me, and slowly I learned to breathe again. 2 weeks later, he showed up at my sister's house. Flowers, a letter, a ring, and more promises. He begged for one more chance, swore he'd change, swore he'd never hurt me again, swore he'd cut her off forever. But his words didn't reach me anymore, because when trust dies, love becomes quiet. I let him talk. For 20 minutes, he poured out excuses and apologies, none of them real. When he finished, I said only one sentence. "You taught me that love without honesty is slow drowning." Then I closed the door, not just on him, but on the version of myself that tolerated pain in the name of love. I started rebuilding my life, piece by piece, day by day. I learned to enjoy my own company, to sit with silence, to find comfort in myself again. I went on long drives, listened to music I used to love, rediscovered the woman I was before heartbreak. And one day, I looked in the mirror and saw a new version of me, a stronger version, a wiser version, a version of me that finally understood. Losing him wasn't the end, it was the beginning. To anyone listening, don't let love blind you. Don't ignore the signs. Don't break yourself trying to hold a relationship alone. I trusted my husband blindly, and one notification destroyed everything, but that destruction became my rebirth. Healing isn't a straight line. Some days I felt powerful. Other days I felt like collapsing. But every day I kept moving forward. I stopped checking his social media, stopped wondering what he was doing, stopped questioning my worth because of his betrayal. My therapist told me something I'll never forget. His choices were never a reflection of your value, and that sentence stayed with me. I started journaling, writing down my pain, my fears, my hopes. And slowly, the words became my strength. My sister would sit beside me at night. She didn't give advice. She just held my hand. Sometimes, silence heals more than words. Days turned into weeks, and for the first time in years, I felt myself returning, the real me. I began cooking again, painting again, doing small things that made me feel alive, things I forgot while trying to hold a broken marriage. People often think betrayal destroys you, but sometimes it reveals who you were meant to be. One evening, I found an old photo of myself. I was smiling, genuinely, and I realized I hadn't smiled like that in years. I realized the truth. I didn't lose a husband. I lost a man who pretended to love me. One morning, Daniel called me again. His voice was tired, broken, almost desperate. He said he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, he couldn't live without me. But I heard something else in his voice. Guilt, not love. I told him calmly, "You loved the comfort I gave you, not me." He didn't deny it. He couldn't. I hung up, and for the first time, I didn't cry after talking to him. I felt free. Freedom feels strange at first, quiet, empty, but beautifully peaceful. I started focusing on myself, my health, my dreams, my future without him. I looked around my sister's home one day and realized I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was healing. Healing doesn't erase the past. It makes the past powerless. When I stopped asking, why me, and started asking, what now, my life began to change. I made new routines, morning walks, evening tea, quiet journaling sessions, small things that stitched me back together. One day, my therapist asked, "What would you tell the version of you who found that message?" And I broke. I whispered, I would tell her she deserved better, and she survived. The truth is, I did survive. I survived betrayal. I survived heartbreak. I survived the shattering of my world. And surviving heartbreak makes you see your own strength in ways you never imagined. I stopped searching for closure, stopped replaying memories, stopped blaming myself for his choices. One evening, I walked past a mirror. For the first time, I didn't see sadness. I saw resilience. That's when it hit me. Healing wasn't about forgetting him. It was about remembering myself. Weeks later, Daniel tried reaching out again, but this time, I didn't feel anything. No pain, no anger, just distance. His words no longer had power. His presence no longer had weight. His name no longer hurt. I realized something powerful. The woman who cried on the floor months ago is not the woman standing here now. I have rebuilt myself from the ashes of everything he broke, and I did it alone. Healing taught me one truth. Sometimes God lets things fall apart so you can rise stronger. My story isn't about betrayal anymore. It's about rebirth, about rediscovering who I am. Pain changed me, but it didn't destroy me. It shaped me, molded me, made me wiser. Today, when I look back, I don't see a broken marriage. I see a broken illusion. And sometimes, losing the wrong person is the only way to find the right version of yourself. To anyone listening, you are stronger than the heartbreak you survived, stronger than the lies you believed, stronger than the love that failed you. Don't settle for pain disguised as love. Don't shrink yourself to keep someone else comfortable. And never abandon yourself for someone who abandoned you. I trusted my husband blindly, and one notification destroyed everything. But that destruction became the beginning of the life I truly deserve. A life built on truth, strength, and self-love.